This is pork from a pig that I raised 2 years ago. I'm just using it up. So I'm grinding it down to burger, and then I have it in a food processor, turning it into a paste. Make sure you watch to the end to see what I'm making, what snacks, see what you think. So I made a log out of that, and then I rolled it in black pepper and salt, threw it in this canister, and then making lunch meat with it. Here's the finished lunch meat. I sliced it on my meat slicer, used my jerky gun and made this jerky. That's what it started out to be in. Used my meat slicer, sliced up all this beef to make beef jerky and some beef chips. I have all this in the food dehydrator. The jerky chips, and the lunch meat. Now I have some of it in the freeze dryer. So I started this project on the weekend. Started out with the ground pork, and then I blended it in the blender to a paste. And so I made lunch meat. There's a block here still. It's been in the freezer now for a couple of days. And then I can take out what I want. I used the same mixture. I made this too. I used a jerky gun. I was going to turn it into jerky, but then I decided I'll throw it in the freeze dryer along with some of the lunch meat. So I made some more crackers here. So I sliced up a little bit of that lunch meat, threw these in the freeze dryer. And with the beef, I made beef jerky. And I did use salt and pepper and liquid smoke. And I made some more beef jerky, but I actually dried this about 4 hours longer. With my freeze dryer, I freeze dried cream cheese and onions from my garden. I made onion powder and used some Redmond's real salt, and I made a sour cream and onion spice. I know I'm not supposed to have the onion, but I'm mostly carnivore, sometimes ketovore, and sometimes keto. But like I said, mostly carnivore. So when I slip and have little things like this is a slip treat. A little bit of onion powder. And this one has a little bit of pepper. So that's much better than having a slip and actually going and eating Ruffles. So I'm gonna try this. See if you can see this. So here's a piece of the lunch meat. Here's a cracker, jerky, the chips, and that's just cheese for the crackers. And this could have been like jerky, but then I decided to turn it into like another cracker. So let's try her out. So I'm gonna put a piece of cheese on there, the lunch meat. Now I really like these crackers. By using my pork, I have a freezer and a half full of pork. And with carnivore, beef would be better. So I'm going to use my pork as much as I can for making pork flour, crackers, other treats, maybe pork jerky, pizza crusts, making it with the pork flour. Then the only thing I have to buy is beef. And here's this cracker. It's the same thing. Our first cracker I just had, that was actually the lunch meat that I freeze dried. And this is actually started out in the dehydrator and then in the freeze dryer. And it's a little bit different texture. And this is my sour cream and onion beef chips. And my jerky. Salt and pepper. This one's going to take a lot longer to chew. So yeah, all this, and lunch meat and all that was my first attempt at it. There's room for improvement. Now these ones here, I made them a little bit thicker because I used a jerky gun. These ones are pretty thin. They're almost like the wheat thins you buy in the store. And they're a little bit more brittle because I sliced it on my meat slicer, this lunch meat. So I made it kind of thin. Maybe if I made it thicker, like Malva toast. And but everything tastes good. Other than the cheese, everything here is 0 carbs. And I guess the cream cheese that's in sour cream and onion powder. So there might be a little bit, but depending on how much I eat. It's just to get me through a craving, if I have any. I don't really have too many cravings. I actually crave more salt. So this will be good for that. And then I get my protein. And these are all protein snacks. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, like, comment. Give me some ideas of things to try, or maybe you can use some of my ideas and tweak them to your advantage. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.